Okay, so here's a video on 4 different types of pre-algebra equations. They get harder as we do each one. A 2-step equation, which I have here. An equation with variables on both sides, meaning both sides of the equal sign. So there is a variable on both sides. An equation using distributive property. When I see the parentheses, I know I have distributive property. And an equation where you combine like terms. So on one side of the equation, I have like terms. I have 2 pairs, these constant numbers and these numbers with variables. They're all on one side of the equation. So we'll go through each one and we'll talk about how to check if your answer is right for each one as well. 5x plus 3 equals 23. Opposites for each one. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. I have to show that I'm subtracting 3 on both sides. Here it cancels. 23 minus 3 is 20. I bring down the 5x. Now I have to do the opposite of times 5, which would be divided by 5. On both sides, show that the 5's cancel out, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. X equals 4. Can I check to see if it's right? Of course. So put the 4 where the variable is. 5 times 4 plus 3. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. It's supposed to be 23, so you know you're right. Now I've got a equation with variables on both sides, so there are a few more steps. First, you want to get the x's together. The easiest way to get the x's together is to take the negative number and add it. Adding is always easier than subtracting. Plus 6x plus 6x. Here they cancel out. 3x plus 6x is 9x. Now you want to get the constants on both sides. The opposite of minus 37 is plus 37. That cancels. Plus 37 on this side. 8 plus 37 is 45. Now it's a 1-step equation. 45 equals 9x. Divide both sides by 9. Show that the 9's cancel out. 45 divided by 9 is 5. X equals 5, or 5 equals x. Do I want to check it? Yes. My original was negative 6 times x. So I'm going to put a 5 in there. Plus 8. So negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. Plus 8 is negative 22. Does it match on the other side? 3 times x minus 37. Put a 5 in there. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 37 is negative 22. Yes, it matches. And yes, you know that 5 times 5 equals x is correct. An equation with distributive property. Take that negative 4 and multiply it by everything that's inside the parentheses. Don't forget that that 4 is negative. Negative 4 times 2x. 4 times 2 is 8. A negative times a positive is a negative. So 8x. And 4 times 3 is 12. And a negative times a positive is a negative. So negative 8x plus negative 12 equals negative 60. Now I've got a 2-step equation. I've got a lot of negative numbers in here, so I got to be careful. The opposite of negative 12 is plus 12. Plus 12 on both sides. They cancel here. Negative 60 plus 12 is negative 48. Bring down the negative 8x equals. Now I want to get the x by itself, so I'm going to divide by negative 8 on both sides. Here it cancels. Divide by negative 8. 48 divided by 8 is 6, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. X equals 6. So let's check it. 4. Negative 4, excuse me. Open parentheses times 2 times the variable plus 3, close parentheses. We said x equals 6, so let's check it out. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 times 4 is 60. And a negative times a positive is a negative. So it comes out to 60. It's supposed to, negative 60. It's supposed to be negative 60. So you know that is correct. Last one. An equation where you have to combine like terms. What are my like terms? They are either terms that have the same exact variable, like 3x and 7x, or terms that have no variable at all, that are constants, like 2 and negative 7. 2 and negative 7, or 2 and minus 7, 2 minus 7 is negative 5. And 3x plus 7x is 10x equals negative 35. I've got another two-step equation with some negative numbers. The opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. Here it cancels, plus 5. Negative 35 plus 5 is negative 30. Bring down the 10x. Divide both sides by 10. X equals 30 divided by 10 is 3, and a positive divided by a negative is a negative. X equals negative 3. Should I check it? Of course I should check it. 2 plus 3 times x minus 7 plus 7 times x. We said x was negative 3. Negative 3 here, negative 3 here. One step at a time. 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9, so negative 9 minus 7 plus 7 times 3 is 21. Positive times a negative, so it's a negative 21. So now I'm going to add these all together. I'm just going to go straight through and add it. 2 plus negative 9 is negative 7. Minus 7 is negative 7 minus 7 is negative 14. Plus negative 21. Negative 14 plus negative 21 is negative 35. It's supposed to be negative 35, so you know that's right. That's 4 pre-algebra equations. Thank you.